Hey everybody, good evening and welcome back to the channel. So when we had our video and Stephanie was cooking those delicious Reese's peanut butter cup brownies, we were having some issues with the oven. Didn't want to stay at temperature, and after a lot of emails back and forth with Lippert on this Furrion oven, we determined that what was wrong was the gas valve. So we're going to replace it. Now I've already pulled the oven out, so let me just kind of go through that if you want to kind of peek over here. The first thing I had to do was remove the cooktop, and the only thing that holds this cooktop down is butyl tape, believe it or not, and it holds it down strong. So this big old wad of butyl tape that we'll replace. You never use butyl tape twice. But yeah, that's pretty bad. All of that butyl tape was all the way around this cooktop. So we'll definitely put butyl tape back on here when we put the cooktop back in. But the only thing holding the oven in was 4 screws in the front. That was it. Now there is a brace back there, as you can see, that the oven sits on. And then there is a wire that provides 12 volts power to the light and everything on the oven, and then the 2 propane lines. This top one is for the cooktop, and the bottom one there is for the oven. So now we're going to replace this gas valve. So let's go on over to the oven. And one thing, if you ever take this thing out, the only place you can find the model number of these Furrion ovens is on the top. So if you take the cooktop off, you can actually see the model number and the serial number. And you'll need that anytime you talk to Furrion about these ovens. I just had to take a picture of the oven because I've never had this out before. So let's go ahead and take this top off. We're just going to So what you can see up here in the top is, this is the blower motor, and then of course here is the gas valve, which we're going to be replacing here in just a second. And all kinds of nice fun wires. So first things first, let's go ahead and take this cap off so we can remove this whole row. There we go. That way we can set this off to the side and not worry about it. Okay, so first things first, we're going to take off the front, the cap. Okay, so the first thing we did was we took the knob off, and now I'm going to pop this off. We're just kind of leave that like that. I don't want to take that all the way out. And there's 2 screws in here that I need to take out that will.
Let me grab your.
No, I'm going to grab an actual screwdriver.
There's one all the way over by that box.
Okay. Wow. Out the camera, please. Okay, so let's take a look at where we're at for right now, because we had to actually drill out one of the screws that held this unit in. It was so tight that the head just, the head just stripped out. So, but as you can see, it's now loose. And now we're going to have to get the thermistor disconnected, which is going down into this back here. So we're going to get that taken care of right now. We'll get that opened up. Alright, got this out. And what we're looking for is this right here. So, it's like this going into here. Look at that. If we had a little mouse or something in here. Could be, and then when we turned it on, the mouse probably ran. So let's see if we can move this out of the way. We're definitely going to have to get inside the oven. Get this out. Put this down. Let's see if we can show you what's going on inside the oven so we can get at this. So we'll probably raise this all the way up so we can do it from up top. Alright, so right back here is this thermistor, and I think this is the main problem right here, is that little bad boy right there. So we're going to push that back out. And my camera person has arrived, so let me turn the camera over to Stephanie.
There went the video.
Alright, so we're back here in the back. We're going to pull out the thermistor here. And this is no different than a temperature sensor that might be in your regular oven. So now that we've got this out, we'll need to pull it up over here. So that's out. So let's go ahead and I just saw it. Where did I see it? Here it is. Hiding under my screwdriver. Alright, so we'll get these loose here so we can take this off. Let's use the tools in the right way. There we go. This is another temperature sensor probe. So now this should completely, oh, one more.
to get out.
Yeah.
All the stories you'll have to tell.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Wow. I guess I need to go get a pair of needle nose. I'll be right back. Okay, so we got the old unit kind of halfway out. I left 2 of the wires in so that I can make sure, because these are the same color, and I don't want to mess that up. Taking this oven out is really not the most fun. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually get this mounted in here. Doke. And we'll put 2 screws in there. Get that mounted down. And you notice that I'm doing all of this with a screwdriver and not the power driver. I don't really like using that to put things in. Smacking me in the face. Good shape there. So now the black wire, this black wire goes on. You want to come around over here, Stephanie, with the camera?
Oh, look, I don't have to cook.
Ah, that's what we're working on here. All right, so the bottom tab down here, the black goes the black wire. And the red one goes up on top. And then we're going to take and get some of these things installed, just to get them out of the way. You're doing fine.
Because your hands aren't watching what you're doing.
So I'm putting on, right now I'm just connecting everything up. I know it's kind of hard to see with my hands in the way. Everything. I feel like it's going in, and it's not.
Nothing's ever easy.
Oh, yeah. push that in ways. There we go. That could be the problem. Yep, I think that was it.
I don't know where you are.
Okay, I probably. So, we got this in here. And so we got this now in the two holders. There's one here and one right there. And it is in place. And now we're ready to button this up because it's all back in where it's supposed to be. So first thing we'll do is we'll get this in here. This is basically all this is LEDs. And we'll grab the knob. Make sure that it's working okay. Yeah. Okay.
So when
Alright.
you turn it, what does it do on this side?
Well, I can see the
Oh, I can see it.
see
Yeah.
it right here. Yeah, you push it in, and this would be here to light it. And then you can adjust the temperature when it gets past that. Alright, so everything, we're just going to double check everything is connected. But the only thing that hasn't been connected are these two wires here. This is just a 12-volt source for the lights and things. We are in good shape. Okay, so we'll put this back. We'll put the blanket back up in here. I didn't see any mice. I think we had one at one point in time.
It might have been when it was on the lot,
Yeah, it could have been.
or
Or the last person that
Yeah.
had a.
because I sure haven't seen anything in as far as that goes.
Okay. Let's set this down on the ground and we'll put the covers back on and then we'll get it reinstalled. I don't think you want to see me lifting this up.
You might need help from your camera crew. You want me to go ahead and
Nah, you can keep going.
all these? Oh, don't lose any of those.
Oh no, we're not going to. See, this was inside. The little nut.
Oh,
This was inside there somewhere. So it had to have been a little mouse or something that was in there.
you didn't need to tell me that. You know what they say? What goes around comes around. Oh.
Yeah, I suppose. Alright. We're going to set this down on the ground. We'll put this back cover on first.
Well, the screws are there. Are you gonna?
Yeah, that's
You-
alright.
You want me to help you? Oh. You're on the screws.
I know.
Okay. You can tell I like dolphins. I like dolphin down.
Alright, we're going to put this underneath here just so we can line it, raise it up a little bit. Started in there. We are going to use a power drive for this, but we're going to be really careful not to tighten things up too tight.
back on first,
Yep.
and then you
Put the top on.
top on. Normally you set that in there on the end before you screw it in.
But it didn't. I mean, I didn't want to unscrew everything, and it's pretty pliable metal, so just bent it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, now it's ready to go back in. So you'll notice I am leaving this cap on until I get this unit all the way in. That way I don't risk contaminating the regulator. I had to think about that for a minute. Okay. We're going to slide this, we're going to shift it around. Probably push the button. Okay, so just so you know that this, what we're going to do here is this is the plug for the refrigerator. And you'll notice that it's just kind of floating around in here. And then we need to reattach this as well. So we're going to actually change this outlet right here to a regular outlet, and we're going to put a box down there on the ground to plug this in. So let's get that done, and then we'll be right back to you. Okay, so I'm going to show you, we got the oven back in, and there is a bracket. I don't know if you remember seeing it or not. There's a bracket in the back that it sits on, but then there's screwed here, down there, and then one up here, and then same on the other side that hold this unit in place. And they use cabinet screws to hold this in place. So I wanted to get this thing in here. Stephanie's kind of got something going on right now, so she's not able to help me with the camera. So I went ahead and put this in, and I've got the gas line connected, and now we're going to work on getting the top in. And the only thing this is held in with is butyl tape. So let me get the butyl tape ready, and then we'll get this done. Okay, so we got the stovetop upside down here, and I put the first course of butyl tape on. And I know we're kind of upside down a little bit, but I'm going to try to show you what, because this is a very small track, and we need to get the maximum amount of butyl tape that we can. What we're going to do is fold the butyl tape over, and we can get the paper off. Okay, so we're getting ready to put this stovetop in, but one thing we have to put in first is the vent for the oven. So this is the vent for the oven, and there's a slot down here that the heat comes up out of, and you can turn the fan on and get all of this heat out. And then there's these two long screws. I'm going to use the driver because they're really stiff. Now that that's in, we'll put this on. We're actually going to hold off from putting that on until we put the stovetop in. So let's grab the stove top. What we're going to do here is we're going to put this in. We got to get this in here. Be careful and don't bend this too much so that you kink it. See if I can show you that one more time. So here is the line for the gas and the propane and the fitting right here. Make sure you don't cross thread it. It should go on nice and easy. You need to bend it a little bit, bend the pipe a little bit, do so. It's nice and pliable, but don't bend too much. You don't want to kink it or break it. Okay. Well, we got that in. Okay, put this kind of straight down in there. It looks like what we're going to have to do is loosen up the vent pipe so it can give a little bit. We should be able to drop. There we go. Now it drops nice and in. We'll bring that back up. We'll push this down. Let's go ahead. That in there. Let's check it with the flashlight. Everything's in there. Yep. That's good. Alright, so let's get these screws in here and make sure you don't drop the screws. This cover. We're just going to use a regular screwdriver for this. Okay. There it goes. Okay, so we got the propane on here. We'll check the oven. We'll have to get up underneath there. See if you can see all that up underneath there. Alright, so as you can see, we did get it lit. Just needed to get the gas up here. It had been because I had the lines open for so long. It took a while to get the gas up here, and I wasn't going to subject you to that. Now, one thing I have learned about these Furrion ovens is you have to set the temperature, this dial here, on 400, and then let it heat up. You got to let everything in here heat up. And once it gets heated up, and I'm using an actual thermometer in there, it is catching up, and it's doing a lot better now than it did before. So now I'm going to turn it down to about 350, and if you can see, the flame has reduced down to let it stabilize. Not bad. And you can see the thermometer is catching up, so it's going to stabilize right at about 350, 360. And you can never get it exact. This is not like a home oven. But I feel pretty good about, you know, what we've done here, and it's just going to stabilize now. You can see the temperature has, it's gone up a degree, and it may climb a degree or two, but then it'll come back down to 350. So much better than it was doing. I like it. That's good. Okay, so that's about it for this video. That was quite the task, getting the getting that gas valve changed out and getting everything done. So if you have any comments or questions about what we did here, please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that bell so you know we're coming out with another video. We're not doing a whole lot of videos right now because we're doing some work on the house, and we'll let you in on that little secret later on. But thanks a lot for coming along on our journey. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you out on the road. Don't forget to share. Bye-bye.